The game has started. It's Billy to go first.
Fast. Gosh. Thanks for the shout out, Will. I'll be streaming tomorrow or Wednesday. Very, very fast exchange there. I would have maybe considered Obia for a second or two.
But I love that Billy made that play super, super fast. That's one of those situations where Obia versus something else was really going to be a very,
Oh,
very close
are we gonna
choice.
see an amazing extension of the word quite here?
Whoa, what? I don't need. Oh, you think burning the blank? Oh, wow. Are you saying burn the blank? Yeah. Oh man, it scores a lot. And
75.
this play, anybody that remembers the Virtual World Cup probably remembers this word or the variation of this word that I think was the absolutely epic comeback by Tony Leah, if I'm remembering correctly, for Canada.
It was
Um,
S, I think.
what's that? It was
I think
S.
it was with an S.
Okay, but this with the Z, oh my God, what a play this would be. Hammering this hook of Mesquite for 75. Instead, he plays Perv. Hard to really fault him for that. That was a tricky, tricky extension play to see. Perv still has great chances leaving RZ blank.
Yeah, he might redraw it next turn. There's still 2 M's. There's still 8 E's. Still
That would be amazing to just draw it as a natural next turn. But yeah, PRRV is so much worse that it's not an insanely awful mistake, which really tells you how much better RZ blank is than PRRV. That
Yeah.
those plays would even be in the same zip code as far as the evaluate.
Exactly, the same zip code. That's a great one. The only thing that I would say to the PRRV leave is that after you play Mesquite, you're setting up a spot to play the word that Billy just played perv for 17 points, which is not super likely to be blocked. So that is a positive, and I do think 75 points.
It's a lot of points. I mean, what is the blank for if not to score that many points? The issue of the letters left over. Wow, look at this draw though. Wow, to RZ. Okay, now Mesquite is clearly correct,
Yeah,
right? Now he's drawn an M along with another blank. Now it's absolutely correct to play M and a blank E with your Z, extend quite to the triple with Mesquite, and leave the second blank for next turn.
yes,
Last turn, not such a bad miss. This turn would be a big one, I think.
it might not be his last chance to find the play, but
True, true.
how many chances does Billy the Kid deserve here? He plays crew
Okay, he can draw an E now.
on E, and we'll see if he sees it. That'd
That's amazing.
be insane.
Yeah, so there for sure it was correct. 81 points there.
Or if he draws the E for it. So it's possible that turn after turn, his play of Mesquite is going to become more and more valuable.
Yeah, he just needs an E. It's never getting blocked. It's literally
Okay,
almost impossible to block. All right, now
he still has it.
he still has that same play of
I was thinking
extending.
how funny it would be like, if you see Mesquite, but you don't see your own M, and you use both blanks by mistake to play
Oh
it.
my God, yeah,
That
you
would
could. That is the closest thing that you'll ever get to like misdesignating a blank. We were talking yesterday about the differences between live play and online play, and how online I would say it's less likely that you misdesignate the blank than when you have to circle a little slip of paper in live play to say what letter you'd like the blank to be. A lot of people accidentally circle the wrong letter, much more so than typing it wrong online. But you could see that sort of thing happen, and that would be the troll of the century for us as viewers if that were to happen. I don't think Billy's going to do that. We'll see what he does. It's if he's just not thinking about this extension, which it seems to me like he probably isn't, then we might see something. We might
I'm
see
so
something else.
sorry right behind you, Josh. I'm so sorry that Zolpidems does not play in this lexicon. That
Wow.
I mean, that's worse than Mesquite, but it's still through the PI. I mean, the only thing I saw there was pizza mold. And I don't think anybody wants pizza mold.
I just played Zolpidem to EM in a game against James Curley on my Scrabble Go app. Shout out to James Curley, Jalapic. Jalapic won.
Are we shouting out Scrabble Go too?
Well, maybe another time.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, let me not throw shade onto them, but we're up. Okay, so there's Wold, and again,
For Mesquite.
the Mesquite play becomes more and more likely. Although we do see 3 E's on Saints Rack, those are the E's that Billy needs to hit that Mesquite play.
I think we're gonna see YEA, right, as an overlapping play here.
Yeah.
HOY. Oh no, LE. Excuse me. Maybe. Oh, okay. So maybe it's.
He could play Deadeye. Deadeye leaving a U. I don't know about that. It gets a lot of the vowels off, but
yeah.
It's a tough play to make. Deadeye through the D of Wold.
Yeah, that's actually a tough position. Okay. Let's think about this. I mean, because you have the U for the Q, but you don't have a play there.
Oh wow, if ever there was a time to play Deadeye, it might be this, right? Because if you're playing Deadeye leaving a U with that Q nice and wide open, the odds, okay, so he plays DD instead. That seems fine, right? That seems like a very reasonable choice.
He's so
now
times.
Now now he has maziness through the E of DD for an enormous score, but I still think Mesquite is better.
It's definitely
81, leaving INS blank.
Every turn it's been the best move. Oh,
all right. I'm going to take a quick break, and hopefully when I come back, Mesquite is on the board, or at least maziness. So I'll let you handle it for a minute.
Let's look at this. Maziness is, I think it's 110 points. If I'm not mistaken, I can just check. But yeah, Maziness is 110. Mesquite's playing one of the blanks is 81, keeping SNI blank, which is just going to lead to a bingo probably 90% of the time, I would venture to say. So 2 humongous plays, but he has to see Mesquite. It's just so bizarre to think of extending the word quite because it's not even pronounced the same way. I really don't know. He plays Smazy, which isn't even a word. Oh no. Smazy comes down. Uh-oh. This is a crazy happening here. Yeah, we're just gonna see if Saint challenges. I don't know, it's taking a while. Smazy comes down and we see that challenge. Okay, so Billy is really testing his his word finding. Every single turn he's been able to play Mesquite. And instead he's playing a phony word, Smazy. Smaze is a word without the Y, but Smazy came down. It's going to score 0 points, and Saint's just going to have to be like, okay, well, he has Zymes for 59 in that same spot. What do I do about that? I don't know what's going to happen here. He probably just plays Tufty. Did you see what just happened there, Will? Smaze?
Yeah, it's sinking in to my mind.
Saint knows he has Mesquite. If Saint can see that, he must be thinking to himself, this is one of the you really don't want to think about your opponent's rack. And we hear all the time that the difference between chess and Scrabble is that chess, you have perfect information, whereas Scrabble, there are too many possibilities. You don't know what your opponent has. But whenever something like this happens, you play a phony word, your opponent gets at least partial knowledge of the letters you have on your rack. And sometimes it forces you to go into a really, really deep think, as we see in classical chess, because you see some of the plays your opponent has and you try to figure out what to do about them. And now with ZMS blank as known letters, there are so many things that Saint can see that Billy has. Zymes through the E, Zymes through the Y, Mesquite. He probably has something like Zetas through the D. It's just totally insane. And if I were sane, I don't know if I would even try to start thinking about what the chances are that his opponent's gonna see Mesquite. I don't know if I would see it in the first place. So now both players have the opportunity.
So he plays quite.
Instead of fatuity, okay.
Um,
That's a great find by a Happy Wanderer in chat of fatuity, much better than
yeah, and also Seth Lipkin
oh,
was
no!
quick on it. Hey Seth, nice to see you,
Oh,
by the
sorry.
way. But yeah, that is a quite well, I quite two quites on the board now.
It can
Um,
still happen with Mesquite with an S or with 2 blanks, but
yeah.
you
So this has just been a wild start to the game. I fully expected either some. I certainly did not have Smazy in my mind as a possibility there.
Mesquite
So
for
that was a surprise when I got back to see. So
Mesquite for 27 was suggested because now we just saw Quite play it a second time. Okay,
uh,
talking
okay. So after all of this, I'm sure we're gonna see a bingo here. This rack just looks like gossips. It almost looks like it's almost spelled out for you.
yeah,
So we'll see something like that, I'm sure. Um,
I don't know. I mean, I hope so, but if it were me in the position of having both blanks and phonying, I would be tanking so hard right now. I don't know if I would be able to see a single bingo.
I just want to add for those that are watching, gossips, there are Gaposis, Gypsies, there's a few other plays. There actually is a 90-point play here that is not on the triple lane. Josh, did you just say it? I just
Did I
spoke
say
over you.
precisings? No, it couldn't be precisings.
No, but I literally thought you said it, so it's that close. Like it's that close to what you said.
Pre pre precise. I don't know.
Precessing, yeah, precessing was available there for 92.
The gypsy,
Um,
beautiful find making a blank a Y and the other blank an E.
yeah, but Gypsy's a great
Oh,
play.
it's so unfortunate that now the only possibility is that someone draws MES, and we'll finally see maybe our play. Refiling, uh-oh.
Wow, nice. So a couple plays came in there. Nice play of the B hook on OK. That's really nice. Bokeh, right? That's a great play by Saint. But then Billy responding immediately with refiling to take the lead. Wowzers.
Happening.
Um, so we will see, I'm sure, that Saint will have a way to get rid of his J here and keep very good letters for himself on the next turn. So it's very the game is still totally up for grabs, but certainly Billy has managed to come away with pretty good chances here. Um,
And the sorry, J Kid, you unfortunately there's some bug where you can't use the commands if you've made a prediction. So we can
yeah.
find that for you if you'd like, even though it's a normal word. You can play jibe next to butt making butte, but I was gonna say the S's in this game are going to be really, really key as
Oh my god. Oh my god. Onloads.
onloads. Isn't there a Collins one there? Like
Yeah, Doolins, but
I know, why did I
onloads.
see Doolins and not onloads? I mean, please.
Well, I don't, I wouldn't. That's an easy setup joke for me, is to do the evangelism if you make a comment like that. But you should do whatever lexicon makes you happiest.
Onloads. Is he gonna see it? I feel like considering how fast refiling came down, if Billy saw onloads, it would already have hit the board.
Interesting decision of where to put it, though, right? Because you can play it with Mizens for a ton of points. It gives a triple lane back beneath it. You can also play it with OBE next to Jab, which that has its own set of problems. It creates an R hook for Robe, but ultimately, it also creates a really big scoring spot on top to the triple there.
So yeah,
Do you have any sense of what you'd prefer between
the
those
choices
two?
are onloads for 75 with Obe, onloads for 78 with Mizens, and onloads for 69 with ARS, I believe.
Or even 69 with Wolds too.
Oh, with
And
Wolves as
he
well.
chooses the most
Most
defensive positioning.
expensive one.
And in entirety is going to come down in response to the T of Quite.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, hopefully, Saint sees that one.
I
It's
think he will. There
yeah,
it is.
there you go.
Wow.
I shouldn't have doubted him for a second.
Very exciting game. Now an X bomb's coming.
X-bomb, yeah, okay. Uh, Billy's ahead 18 too, so he's in great shape here, but like I said, that S might come into play here. Now that entirety was played though, a play from the T down might happen, so that would really nullify the value of the S here. The
Oof.
Umiak will maybe is that how you can you spell Umiak like
Sure, you totally can. You could play Umiak and Obe here and try to draw that last S and some good tiles with it. That's definitely Saint's best choice here. Um, wow. So
but
Billy
yeah,
is in firm
definitely not
command.
yeah.
He's in firm command, but there is a chance. I think this rack, if he knows the word Umiak, and I'm fully acknowledging for you guys out there that are coming into this broadcast as a newcomer or less experienced with Scrabble, you're probably saying, how the heck could they know a word like Umiak? But players at this level, Saint and Billy both, they're not going to bat an eye at words like that. That's what makes them so good is that dictionary command and knowing how to use those words when you see them.
Not
So
the
if
dictionary command I just used, the command that they have of the dictionary.
yes, sorry,
Up for some
to be perfectly clear, yes, to be perfectly clear. So does it not? Oh, why is it not defining?
It's because we did it at the same time.
Oh, okay, it just had a lag. Got it. Okay, good. Because I was going to say Groupie didn't do a prediction and it still didn't define for her, but I guess that's because you
There
already.
you
And there
go.
it is. Oh
Oh
man.
my god.
Oh my god. So a great rack here, but does this? Well, he has an R. He can play something like Hinger, and Robe, and that's going to be next to impossible to overcome. I think.
Yeah.
But Umiak, great play. We got to give Saint props for finding that play. That's absolutely the correct choice for him there, creating a little bit more space on the top of the board. But Billy has just the right rack
Yeah,
to punish it.
what a great rack. Drawn to HAGER, drawing the IN combo for the G. I think
Actually, Hanger is better than Hinger.
Hanger, yeah, I was gonna say Hanger is better than Hinger because as you can see, again, you're always if you're an expert player, you're always paying attention to what letters remain unseen in a live tournament over the board. We have to do the job ourselves of tile tracking, which is prone to human error.
Nice
But
play.
very good play of Hanger, seeing that there are 3 A's unseen. Oh wow.
Oh man.
Oh
Okay, so Billy, so wow, actually that was very fast
yeah, that
of a
was
play by
very, very
Saint.
like play.
He played that so quickly. I just wonder, was there some idea of not emptying the bag there
What
for
do
him?
you do? Like, there's just you have to draw the S. You have to keep more than one spot open, which seems almost impossible here. The only other spot besides hooking Wold or Mizzen is through the E in entirety. So the only thing that Saint could have
Yeah.
really done here to save this game, I think, was make a play and make a play that scores enough points to threaten things through the E in entirety and maybe draw the S. But it looks like he has out lead on his rack. Doesn't look like it's going to go down.
Yeah. That's I mean, he just played it so quickly. That's all. I definitely would have spent a little time going through some of my options, trying to figure out, do I at least have a play that doesn't empty the bag, that leaves the E of entirety, as Josh said, and the S hook on Mizzens both open, because you really do need both of those. But I guess it seems like Twang is the best play. So credit to Saint for coming up with a pretty solid idea, instantaneously realizing that was the
Exactly.
way he needed to go.
Same as in the same vein of needing to separate the board in two spots where you can maybe draw a bingo. I think Twang does that just as well as hoping to draw an S because there's no way to properly block absolutely everything at the same time.
Thank you to Butter My Arse for the follow. That's a great name.
Took him long
Thank
enough.
you very much. I'm sorry?
Took him long enough. He's
Oh,
been in
yeah.
chat for a while.
I know,
But
but of
I
course, yeah.
was just hoping that you would say it like when he was in chat. And
Well, he earned it. He earned it by following. Seth is Spartacusing and saying that it's actually him as on an alt, which that's great. Oh wow, we're gonna have a real Spartacus moment here. But yeah, it looks like Billy. I'm sure Billy is probably just doing a sanity check and saying, "Am I missing a bingo that I have? Am I missing a bingo that Saint has?" And he's gonna eventually decide correctly that there is no play like that to worry about.
honestly,
So.
he might just block just in case. I did that
Oh wow.
a lot when I was oh wow, 14 domino. I
14 domino coming in hot with the Anders
also
Wilson
just out.
redemption. Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, that's a great decision there.
All right, stand by.
Standing by. Maybe I should do something similar. I don't think I have more beads. But yeah, I think Anders Wilson can speak for himself. I wonder if he's gonna do the voice, the "I did not hit her" voice, that he does much better than I do. But yeah, Sash Jokel. All right, so this is game over here. Saint can only just wallow in his sorrow of drawing three O's, having to play Umiak. This was a ridiculous game. I mean, we have to
All
go
right,
back
we're back.
where
So let me get myself ready. We got Anders
go
back on the stream.
But yeah, every single turn, he could have played Mesquite, extending quite. We also saw the only valid three-letter extension to hanger, putting the EXC, making EXC hanger, which just does not feel like you should pronounce that exchanger. It
Yeah, that's
really
right.
just modifies the pronunciation of the word. English is weird, but that's why we play Scrabble. We love it. We love the language.
So wow, this was a banger of a game. I feel like from a viewer perspective. Gotta change my name in the Zoom box. No, it's okay. We can leave it, even though I know it's confusing for Anders fans out there. But yes, this is my channel point reward. I morph into this beautiful entity. I actually don't know if my
And look,
hair is in the
as
right
we're
place.
talking about this, Billy finally puts the final dagger in Saint. Obviously, it's not a real dagger,